I wanted to show you a really cool thing that I figured out in Planet Coaster 2. Fair disclosure, I was inspired to do this by watching someone else's video, and I was seeing something they were doing and realized that I could do this and started playing around the game and went from there. So we're going to make, I've already made like an example piece in the back there, but we're going to make a really cool canopy or ride cover for your rides, and it's super simple. It takes less than 5 minutes to create this, and I'm going to do it in real time here for you. So the first thing you need is one of the rotating parts in the game, and you're going to want to set it to static and then attach object. So once you go to attach object, you are going to pick out what object you want. I prefer to go with circular objects. So you're going to see me here going through the whole menu, kind of sampling, looking, I call it tasting, and just looking for the right object. So something that's going to catch my eye generally is going to be ring shaped or, something along those lines. And feel free to do this. Anything that pops up there when you hit attach object will work. Now what you're going to want to do is click the little gear icon, okay, and then keep clicking it till it goes rotate, and then crank it up to whatever number you want. I prefer 12. It makes the most intricacy. Now if you scale, you'll go from like a Celtic knot type flower thing, and if you keep scaling down, you go into rings. And if you scale way up, you'll go into a really dense piece. So I prefer to kind of go right in the middle ground, create a almost floral pattern, Celtic knot floral pattern, and then do each subsequent layer, moving your way outward and then shifting and pulling down on the pieces, and it creates a nice stepped piece. Now you'll say, well, a lot of it's underground, Jason. Well, here's the thing. Just go ahead and pick 3 of them on each of the layers and then drag it way up. Well, that's going to do 2 things. One is it's going to get it out of the ground so you can see it. And 2, it's going to get it away from that rotating part, which you unfortunately can't get rid of. Now grab one of the pieces that's not in an awkward place to rotate. And of course, I am never going to actually find that non-awkward position. And just go ahead and play with some of the rotation. And you can see how the rotation changes the orientation of the pieces in interesting and dynamic ways. And then you can adjust color, and all you gotta do is do it to 1 and it does it to all. And again, I'm gonna start moving it up and down to try to get the spacing correct. And you're gonna feel scaled out. That's the best I can describe it as. Your scale is gonna get confused in your head. So keep a reference object nearby, something you know the scale of by looking at it. And that's going to help you gauge, because to me this feels like a small canopy. This is massive. This is massive. Then I took this angled beam and I went ahead and just shifted it, held down C, scaled it, stuff like that, until it got the right fit. But the color wasn't right, so I went with black because I think that looks a lot better. And then I'm going to want to test fit everything. So I figured out pretty quick that the rotating part is still very visible in the center. So I want to go way up, way until I'm off the ground. And then I'm going to press add object, and I'm going to add a foot to the bottom of these support pillars, because you and I both know they would have some kind of concrete protection and additional strength. Now, I toyed with the idea of using these pillars. You can make it work. It carries the color down and under. I even toyed with the idea of adding accessories. And that's the cool part. You can start to add accessories to this and really get a dynamic and interesting piece. You can add flower baskets, and it works with lighting too. You're going to see here at the end, I have a quick nighttime shot of it with lighting. It does the same thing with lighting. It's so cool. And here we go. I picked the concrete footer coaster support type thing here. And I'm just going to rotate it around and scale it and adjust it until I'm comfortable. At this point, I'm comfortable. So I hit done. And then you can use advanced move and drag it back down until the footers touch the ground. And the rotating part will vanish under the ground. Now this entire structure will rotate. If you activated that rotator, this whole structure will rotate. And sometimes that can be kind of cool. And then here I start tasting out rides to put in here. And I think the one that's in my head is the teacups. And it's because it's the most obnoxious, in my opinion, to theme. It's so massive of a footprint. And there it is. You can see it fits comfortably inside that dome. And it looks so good. It just does. And this is an interesting thing you can do here is you can raise it up and the rotator can help you center this over the ride once you've already placed everything. And then just lower it back down to the footers touch. Isn't that awesome? And like I said, you can do this as well with the nighttime. Here it is with the lighting effects put inside. And you can mess around with color and shape and stuff with the lighting. It's so cool how much you can actually do with this. And with some ground paint and some pathing nearby, voila, you have this incredible structure. And I think this fits really cool into my park duality, which is up on the screen now.